Ah, yes. The break was long because the music was good as it should be. Welcome back to Day 9 Daily number 638, where we actually are learning to be a better gamer against all odds. Wow. Hell yes. Let's hop back into the game. We've been looking at this opening from BabyKnight, and I spent a little bit of time talking about this very clever Immortal cancel play. So what I want to do right now is pull back to this very moment so we can see a little bit more of what's going on build order wise, because as amazing and strong a defense as Blink Stalker, Immortal, Sentry will be, we need to get to the mega mix. Oh my god, that guy returned to serve hardcore. So first and foremost, BabyKnight is going to throw down the double forge, which I like a lot. We need to get those upgrades up and up and up. A pretty reasonable question is, where do we transition to? Now, it's very easy to say we should transition into Templar. We already have a Twilight Council down. Let's continue to go down the Templar tech, as one might say, and do all those Templar-related things. But if we look at the composition that BabyKnight is going to wind up with defense-wise, it's super strong to transition into Colossus. So we see Doink Doink getting out all this stuff. We're still seeing really not a lot of Stalkers. What's so great about having all these sentries that we're going to use for defense? We can use hallucinations to scout the middle. Remember, we only have 2 observers. Most of the time, if you're going Robo first, you'll have like 4 observers, and you can easily sort of investigate things around. Don't have that luxury. We were low on gas at the start of the game, so I really love this hallucination move. Oh god, I hit the F button. Oh F. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Retreat. Team. Fall back. Oh my god. Oh, I hit the wrong. I meant to hit. Oh D. Oh god. Just get back to where we were. Oh my god. Oh. Where's BabyKnight? Okay. Well, I accidentally fast-forwarded a little bit, so that's fine. I'll just sort of happily chill at this moment. BabyKnight, when he sees a force moving out, he's going to be going straight for a lot of Stalkers. And we can see why, right? He can blink forward to pick this sort of stuff off. And this is one of my favorite just experiences in the game, is when this stuff goes down. And we don't have a lot of zealots at the front that are getting mowed down by things at the back. I mean, look at this placement of this army in relationship to this shield wall. Hell yeah, we can kill stuff in front of the force field wall, and stuff behind is not even interacting with us. It's a very efficient army. Can deal a lot of damage, very versatile, very sexy, very suave, very all things positive. And that's what makes the Robotics Bay a great follow-up. We're going to already have a good chunk of Stalkers. We're going to already have Blink to deal with Vikings. Works very nicely. Of course, getting Charge is going to be sensible because we have a third. We can afford it. Why would we not? Everything's kind of happening real fast just because of the resources we have. But really, if this were sort of a slower 2-base Stalker, Immortal, Sentry defense, probably be going to Colossus a lot faster. But this is about the look. I still feel like this Robo Bay is a little late. It's like a little late. I feel like it's just a pinch, a touch, a skosh. Just a panini late. Just a smidge. And I think from here it's pretty intuitive. Chrono Boost upgrades. Chrono Boost Colossus. Build an army. Oh yeah, there was a drop. Oh, by the way. By the damn way. Remember those rules that everyone sort of did in their usual defense? Which is like Colossus, Sentry, Zealot at the front. Blink Stalker and Assorted Pastries at the back. Works great here too. Because, oh, here comes Dropper. Blink Stalker's already there. If it was 1, it would be an easy blink under. It would be no problem. Of course, throwing down photon cannon. It's good. Alright, so I'm going to speed things up and up and up a little bit. Remember, we got all those sentries for early defense. We're not going to need a shitload of force fields in mid-game battles, so it makes absolute and total perfect sense to throw out lots of hallucinations to check out what's going up and up on down and that, this, that, and the other. So, here's the sort of funky attack that ends up happening. And why would this attack be occurring? MMA didn't build any Vikings. He accidentally went in Ghosts. He misread what BabyKnight was doing. He saw Blink Stalkers and did the usual, Blink Stalker, probably gonna go for Templar. But of course, Colossus with range in this position. It's doing good. It's working nicely. I actually thought that BabyKnight was going to destroy this force, but the two Colossi got a little biffly and whiffly and waffly. And BabyKnight had to tragically do the micro of his life, and now it's like 25 to 49 workers-ish. Both players have killed off a lot of the other players' workers, but BabyKnight's not really out of the hot water yet. It's just kind of, it's like unclear exactly who's ahead or behind, or whatever. I think BabyKnight also missed Photon Overcharge? No, he didn't. I'm sorry, I lied to you. I just lied to you. Oh my god. And then BabyKnight barely holds on, and no one has any clue what the goal is moving forward. I'm going to save the analysis for everything later on, But this sort of concludes the first third of stuff that I wanted to cover today. Really cool opening. Going for the ballsy 3 base. Part of it is, I'm BabyKnight, I saw Reapers. Probably not going to be able to do a follow-up attack. But then it's just this very well-constructed Blink Stalker Immortal that transitions into this very nice mid-game. So I love it, BabyKnight. Oh, you're so good, BabyKnight. BabyKnight! Big Baby K! If you're wearing a jacket that has a zipper and you want to do this, the metal will actually push into your bones. I don't know. I never really understood physics. What's with this? If you apply force to an object that's on your body, it will force its way into your body. Who knew? I don't know. I was a math person. X plus X equals a lot more of the original X than you started with, so... After consuming an unusually large amount of water, it's time to step over to MMA's court. We're going to be going through his opening a little bit faster because there's less amazing stuff going on, and also I'm low on time. I lifted the veil. Believe it or not, I don't write a script for these shows. I just kind of talk. So sometimes I look at the time and I'm like, whoa, did I struggle to shut up today? Well, let's go ahead and speed it up a little bit. BabyKnight, ever cheerful, and in real life he's just as cheerful and pleasant, so kudos to BabyKnight for being awesome. Yeah. Yes. Here's MMA. Let's do the MMA thing. Once upon a time, there was a Korean player named MMA who was one of the champions of the world, but he fell from his glory and spent many dark days trying to win in Wings of Liberty, which involved turtling and not doing creative things, and dismay overflooded his whole body until one day, Heart of the Swarm came out, he began to crawl and climb his way back. He's been very cheerful and giggly and goofy the entire time and is now one of the most fearsome and ferocious players known to man. MMA opens Reapers, goes for Reactor. Rather than expand immediately, he wants to make sure he has enough money for an engineering bay because it'll bait down a zealot and he can use a stalker, use a Reaper to kill off the zealot, and he's going to use the Reaper also to scout up in the main base. Oh, what a double doozy combo provided by that early engineering bay. He is going to do something that seems a little counterintuitive, but over time becomes very intuitive indeed. He's going to go for gas first. Get the reactor, pull one out of gas, get another barracks, get another barracks. But what is he doing with the gas? It's trickling in with 2 workers. He's going to get the tech lab, and then it's going to look exactly like any normal good old fashionable fancy 3 barracks Terran. Now, Stim is coming up because MMA is indeed planning to go for a big old transition into the Marine Marauder medevac, as is typical. So then you might say, was he doing this? Was he attacking? Well, normally you'd want to have the concussive shell. This is a very non-committal attack by MMA. He's working with a couple of assumptions. He's assuming his opponent is not actually doing any sort of 3-gate shenanigan pushing or 4-gate post-expansion pushing. He's assuming his opponent is going for a very reasoned build. And why would he assume that? Because the expansion was late. Because he saw the early second gas. So he knows that, at the very least, he can poke. And poke indeed, darts up, and calmly darts right back. Total loss. It says 4, but it's like really not. I think he just lost one thing. All right, let's go to the 8-minute mark. I actually don't know how much he lost. It wasn't that much. Did he lose 3 things? Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. I could have sworn he only lost 1. Why am I crazy? Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I'm just blind. There's one dying. Here's gonna be the second one dying. Third one dying. Okay. Not significant. Not significant is the word I'm working with. The word that I am working with. I sort of whiffed and hit the F button again when I meant to hit D. There we go. Now we get production. It's an MMA retreats. Now we're seeing the rather typical opening from MMA, but this is an error. It's a very easy error to make, but where it comes from assumptions. Let us consult one of my least favorite to consult things that we must for educational and edutational purposes. The metagame. Let me tell you why I hate the metagame. Well, let's say what the metagame is. We might have some new viewers today, in which case, welcome. Thrilled to have you. Welcome to the show. If you have any chocolate nearby, I'm really thrilled because I always keep chocolate within arm's reach. Oh, it's a peanut butter cracker covered in chocolate. Oh. Okay, so what is metagame? Wow. Wow. Oh, that's really good. Yeah. What is the metagame? First of all, it's delicious. Metagame is the idea of consulting knowledge outside of the game to influence your decisions in the game. So, for instance, no Protosses really go for fast thirds. Most of the time, Protosses are going for their third around like 10 minutes. So a metagame choice as Terran would be, I don't need to scout because they don't normally take an expansion until like 10 minutes, so I'm fine. And it's in a sense, it is an assumption that's sort of sneaking in there, but it's still so important that everyone knows all decisions in StarCraft 2 for the first 15-20 minutes of the game revolve around when this third base goes down. You just have to keep a hawk eye on this. This army could move down, have a leading SCV check up here, and then do the same push that it did before, and it would slow down nothing. But now as MMA's pulling back, he doesn't have a good sense of what's going down, and this is where he gets into Frowntown and Hurtville and Negative Thoughts USA. Alright, great. Medevac coming out. Slightly whiffed the gas because he didn't put a third one back in here. Which is fine. It happens. Well, great. MMA is just adding on his extra gas. You know, he did a little push. He's doing this sort of thing. This is looking very normal. He'll have to throw down an Expo or extra barracks coming up soon, and the choice that he is going to make is the expansion. 10 minutes, pretty common timing, especially if you've done an attack. Things are looking pretty good in the hood. has no clue about this fully functioning 11 worker expansion. So this is where pressure starts to come on. 2 barracks coming down. This is edging on a little bit late. But okay, you know, so the Marine, it moves out. Ugh, and the Marine moves up here. This feels terrible. You get here and you see a lot of workers. Like, a lot. Normally, if I'm scouting here as Terran, I'm going to be expecting like 5 or 6. But like, here I even see he's taking the gases. This is a signal that he has had this for a long time. Or, more bluntly, you can just click and you'll be like, oh wait, these mineral fields... This is a few hundred minerals that have been mined here already. Crud. So what am I to do? Let us take a look. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the MMA cam. So at this point in time, MMA doesn't have a terribly huge amount of intel. Here are the 2 barracks going down. Ghost Academy pops up right away.
We could use some help here.
Ready for dust up.
Now this is good news because he's going to see this and he's going to, oh, there's a lot of sentries. I see an Immortal, I don't see a Colossus yet. This is looking, this could be Templar. And especially when he sees Blink. Could definitely be Templar as well.
Upgrade complete.
But MMA is no dummy, he knows that there could be Colossus incoming. So what does he do then? So here's, you know, these little pushes and stuff. I honestly think that it's correct to lose some units here, because you just want to keep the medevacs alive. There's 4 medevacs here, and I think almost always, coming back to here, almost always players will float these 2 medevacs on top of this army. So normally what you'd see is this army loading up and trying to run away. And sometimes you're willing to lose a medevac and stuff like this, but why on earth would MMA not be willing to do that? It's really simple. Ghost Academy is going to gobble up all the gas. He won't be able to rebuild more medevacs. He has 4, he's going to be going on to 6. He's going to be really broke. And that's Dangerville.
Ready for dust off.
MMA's already sort of siloing himself into a timing attack. Now, I actually just want to use this period of time as a little demonstration of how it's easy to be dumb. Oh, it's so easy to be dumb! There's so many dumb decisions that you can make at a time like this. Here is classic easy to be dumb. Ghosts counter Templar. Vikings counter Colossus. If I identify what he is doing, I just build one of those. There you go. You're Kermit the Frog, by the way. Yes, I am a day-night. I have no functioning legs, but who uses those for video games anyways? And don't say racing games, I simply hold the thruster button. We're getting off topic. Ghosts counter Templar, Vikings counter Colossus. This is a mindset that the average bear holds. So in this position, it's very easy to go, oh, I think he's going Templar. I'm going to get Ghosts. But look what happens with the economy. Look at it. Look at the economy. No gas. Mega broke. There's no second engineering bay. We're just going to sit here and look at this economy. We're going to look at what's being produced.
Complete.
And we're going to see that there ain't no gas. Ain't no sunshine.
Upgrade complete.
Excuse me when she's By the way, we're noting that MMA has not exactly committed to Ghosts as fast as he could have. He's sort of getting a read, he's getting a feel, he's sensing, oh yeah, you know what, there's really no Colossus that I can see. Gas? I mean, he's just now taking this 5th refinery here. This expansion has hardly been up at all. I mean, look at this. 15 minerals mined, 10 minerals mined, 10 minerals mined. It's hardly been up. Starting to see that gas get chewed on up. If he decides to make medevacs, holy cow. Look, he only has 6 medevacs. Not a lot of medevacs. You can see clearly why many players in this position throw out a whole bunch. Wow, how low that gas is. Throw out a whole bunch of upgrades and don't get ghosts. Because just the act of getting 3 ghosts at this critical time has kind of chewed up everything. So, in terms of what he has seen, let's come back here. Because we could do some more reasonable things. We could say add on some barracks to do our macro.
Ready for dust off.
I'm rewinding just to the moment where the Blink Stalkers did some damage to the medevac. Alright, so MMA's got his little mobile force. Where do we attack? We try to do a push at the front, but you know what? Let's kill off the Observer. This is just a good tactic. Kill the Observer, immediately begin a drop at the back. Running around while the drop is going on to clear off vision. Just general map control tactics. There's the 3 ghosts coming out, so really no information, playing somewhat blindly. Sees Blink out. Still sees a lot of Blink Stalkers. Sees, I think, hasn't seen speed on the Zealots. So here is the very, it's a little bit dangerous, but it's still a very intelligent pull. My opponent is in one of 3 situations. 3 very distinct, clear, apparent situations. He is either just gotten Colossus and probably doesn't have that many. I haven't seen any up to this point in the game, so maybe he doesn't really have that many. Or he's gone down the Templar route, which is normal to have not seen them, but hey, I got ghosts, baby. Bam! So I can deal damage there. Or he has neither Colossus and Templar and just has a big gateway army. Perfect reason to pull the SCVs. The SCVs are going to be fodder for, well, I mean, they're going to be fodder in general, but they're primarily really good in the Colossus case, because we don't have Vikings to kill the Colossus, so we may as well have SCVs that just take Colossus damage until our Marine Marauder can move in. But the SCV pull is just going to slaughter most gateway-only players. And I guess doesn't really happen that often, but it's still one of the choices. So he does this SCV pull, making Marauders is cool. Now, ordinarily, I would have said, oh, dirtle derp, boop-de burp, MMA, why were you not adding on these extra barracks? He had the money to, absolutely could have earlier on, but let's be honest, if you're going to be pulling all your SCVs, only leaving the ones in the main mining, then don't build those barracks because you can't support them. So there's the scan, and this is sort of like the oh crap moment. But you kind of got to go for it. That's what the SCVs are for. No straggler SCVs left in these refineries. Actually, this one says 1, but I didn't see him earlier. Oh, that's really bad. Minerals is always what you're going to be very low on. Just keep 2 fully running guys or something in the main. So MMA does have the luxury of trying to run up and pick off these Colossus because the SCVs at the front are just absorbing so many hits. I completely whiffed talking about the Ghost EMPs. I think that's fine. I mean, they were just fine EMPs. A good concave swept in. A lot of this is also helped by virtue of killing off the observers. So we're actually going to stop here, and I'm going to say around 16 minutes. Now let's stop right here. When we come back in part 3, we're just going to close this game out by looking at the neat decisions from both players. Kind of a wacky game, as I said. And then we'll take some questions. On a break.